we're back in the car. We're just heading, leaving Whyalla. Heading down to Arno Bay, so it's about 140 k's south of Whyalla. So we're going to have a look at the back of the hotel there, Arno Bay Hotel. So apparently you can stay there for 3 nights for 20 bucks. So I thought we'd station ourselves there for the next 3 nights. And we'll just do little day trips out and have a look at bits and pieces around the area, and yeah, pretty much just drop the caravan off and save us dragging the caravan around everywhere. So that's the plan. If that doesn't work, then we'll figure something else out after that. Right, so we just pulled up at the Arno Hotel, so just out the back here, we're just all set up. A little bit of an area here, you know, probably enough for, I don't know, maybe half a dozen vans, I suppose. If everyone sort of packs in nice and neat, you'd probably get a bit more in there. But anyway, so there's the pub. I haven't been in there. So it's 20 bucks for 3 nights. So we're going to stay, as I said before, we're going to stay for 3 nights. Got a caravan park across the road. There's other little bits and pieces. I haven't been anywhere yet, so we'll definitely go and have a sticky beak soon. Bit of lunch now, fish wraps. That's our on the road thing. Fish wraps, everyone eats it, so nice and simple and easy. So we'll go and tuck it in and then go and have an explore of the Arno Bay. Right, what's for lunch, Ben?
Fish and salad wraps on the gas.
On the gas, a bit windy outside to be cooking out there.
Yeah.
What are we having on there? What's the condiments?
Onion, tomato, cucumber, beetroot. There's cheese and avocado in the fridge yet to get out.
Oh, beautiful. And what's Ryan doing over here?
Not much.
Should be doing a bit of schoolwork. What's Decker doing? He's doing his schoolwork, look at him.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Ryan I did something yesterday. No, I did this for Ryan.
That's a very dark train.
No, but I did a really good colouring in yesterday. A really good one.
Alright, we better have some lunch, or what do you reckon?
Hopefully we can go to jumping pillow, I mean.
Alright, so we just went in and paid our 20 bucks for 3 nights, so $10 of it goes to a charity that the pub runs or does something with a charity, and the other $10 you get a voucher, so you can spend that in town at the IGA, the pub, or the Jetty Cafe, which is across the road. So it's pretty cool. Pretty idea. And we're just in the park, which is literally just across the road from the pub. There's a massive kids set up here, like playgrounds, barbecue, jumping pillows. That's your Jetty Cafe through there. This is an old grain storage shed for super and wheat that was used up until 1960 odd. There's the caravan park just in here. The big long jetty out there. We just went for a walk out there. It's blowing a gale. Hopefully I'll be able to get the drone up one day if this wind goes away, but we'll see what happens. There's toilets across here. I'm not too sure if they have showers in there, but they look like they're fairly new. But this whole area itself looks pretty cool and nicely set up. So yeah, definitely recommend so far to, if you're in this area, drop into Arno Bay and yeah, support the local. Yeah, right, so we've just come for a walk down from where we're staying is up here. I don't know if you can see through the GoPro. We'll come down to the Mangrove Trail. We just had a little bit of a fish in here just before, but absolutely got nothing. And we got the shits with that pretty quick. So we're just going to do the Mangrove Trail. And we've got before we come on the trip, we brought a thing called magnet fishing. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. If you haven't, jump on Facebook or YouTube channels, you can look it up, find magnet fishing. So we're just going to have a go at doing that. So the idea is you come over little jetties or walkways, drop the magnet in on the rope. If there's anything sort of magnetised in the water, you can pick it up. So we might even find something, you never know. So we're just going to give it a go. So we're just going to go down this track and we'll find somewhere where people probably walk, potentially have dropped something. We can see if we can find it. So let's give it a go.
Oh, you got speed. Let's go the other side.
Alright, so we just put up at Winter Hill Lookout. So before we come here, we went and had a feed of fish at the fresh fish place. Is that what it's called, Pen?
Fresh fish place.
Fresh fish place. I reckon it's one of the best fish and chips I've had. $75 for the four of us, because it's like a family platter. And we couldn't eat it all, so we've taken the leftovers home and we're going to put them in the air fryer, and that's going to be the kids' tea. So they get fish for lunch and chips, and then they get fish and chips for tea. So that's how tight we are. So as I just said, we just pulled up at the lookout. There's some absolutely awesome views across Port Lincoln itself. So main area of Port Lincoln down through here, and then this over here is Boston Island. So I think you can get a ferry across there, Pen, or a little boat across to Boston Island. Is that right?
I think so.
I don't know. We probably should research this more before we start talking about it. I guess it might be one thing to learn while we're bloody video vlogging. Anyway, we'll work it out and let you know. So while I'm up here, I thought I might tell you, so you got coastal views this way, and if I spin it around and go the other way, you've got country views. So bit of both worlds here. I was going to throw the drone up, but it's pretty windy, and little guy would just go flying back that way, so I won't worry about it. Right, so we've just pulled up at Billy Lights Point. We're just going to go for a little bit of a bushwalk. We just went past a massive marina as we come out here. Apparently it's one of the biggest in the southern hemisphere. So when we go back past, I'll get a couple of shots, just a couple of panning shots. I won't get out and talk anything about it because I wouldn't know too much about it. But that's what the information centre person told us. So got a ship coming in now. So we put our feet in the water around at the main jetty a little while ago, and it was freezing cold. I think it was even colder than where we were the other day. So we just thought we'd just go for a little bit of a bushwalk. It's getting late of an afternoon, so we're just sort of feeling a little bit of time. We're looking at probably 2 or 3 days here at this stage, but we'll see what we can find. And as I said, we'll take, if we find anything of interest and anything that you might like, we'll show you. So we've taken Orion's track here, and he's brought us to an absolute stunning little bay, I guess. Look at the watercolour. Hopefully you can see that on the G Pro. I think we're going to have to start getting used to that sort of water, because I think we might see that a fair bit around this neck of the woods, and heading further west and then heading up the west coast. We just pulled up at the old mill. It's the oldest building still standing in Port Lincoln. It was built in 1846. So I'll just go across to the sign. I'll just hold on there for a few moments if you want to have a quick read. So you can actually climb to the top of this thing. You wonder why these things are still open, wouldn't you? You think this would be a massive big OH&S extra armour down there. You can climb up. I don't know what's in there. You probably can't see anything in there, can you? No. So these are the stairs.
Hang on, I'm coming down.
The big girl's tapping.
I can't do it.
Turn around.
No, I can't.
Turn around. Come on.
I can't do it.
She's right.
Wait, Mikey.
Hello. It's me.
She's freaking. What was that cracking sound? Hey, look down. Stop, look up.
What do I do?
Look up. She's walking. She's walking like this. You look.
I can't do it.
Oh, she's frozen. Keep going. Keep going. I'll just push her in the bottom. Again, some nice views over Port Lincoln itself. Alright, so we just come for a drive out from Port Lincoln, probably what, 15 minutes you reckon, Pen?
Yeah, about 15 minutes out the road towards the national park.
Yeah, so obviously we're on these massive big sand dunes here. So this part apparently isn't part of the national park, so you don't have to pay to come here. So we've got the ute parked up here. We'll drop the tyre pressures in it in a minute and we're going to go for a drive down along the beach here because there's plenty of tracks that go down along there, so I might just go around the corner and pull up for a little bit. Might stick the big toe in the water and just see what it's like. But how good is this for free? Just on the outskirts, 15 minutes out of Port Lincoln, just before the national park. Kids are having a great time running up and down these sand dunes, so we'll knock them up before lunchtime and then they'll sleep all night then. It'll be good. You might have to get a run up and dive.
I know, you have to dive in and get your skin. It doesn't work. No, guys, this sand is so hot to get up with, right? Look, it also...
Oh, they were just letting down the tyre pressures. So I got online and I brought some of these iCheck tyre deflators. So everyone's been raving about them. So I'm giving them a whirl. You just chuck them and set them on your whatever you want, and then you just chuck them on your tyres and it should deflate it down to your desired PSI. So I've got a tyre gauge in there, same thing from these blokes. So they're meant to be pretty good. So once it comes off, I think I've set it to about 20. Probably went a little bit low, but that was just a factory setting. I just left it on 20. Probably got away with 25. But once they're all finished, I'll grab the gauge out and I'll check them. So this is this tyre gauge I was just saying about. So as I said, I think I just left it on the pre-setting. I think it's about 20 psi. So they're all finished. And it took about probably 30 seconds at best. They all go back in a little handy little box they go back in. I'll just check there you go, 19, so might have been a little bit lower. Might just come back this way, Rhino, and we'll just check the back one. I reckon it'll be very similar, if not the same. There you go, 20, bang on 20, so little adjusters here. Goes all up to 30 psi all the way down to I think 10 psi all the way down to 10, so pretty simple to use. So I'll just leave them on 20 and we'll go from there, I guess. Right, let's go and tackle the sand dune. How good is this? I reckon this is our first beach pull up since we got to SA. Usually when we pull up somewhere it's all bloody rocky or you got a soil full of seaweed, but this is the first beach or the first area where we could drive on. So pretty easy to get in. As I said, I had the tyre pressure set on about 20. I could have got away with a lot higher, but I just left it at the manufacturer's setting. So I'll test and adjust that so I know the vehicle's capability, but as I said, it's probably a little bit low. But how good is this? The kids are going to go and have a quick swim. It's going to be a warm day today, so it's going to get up to 29. So it's been the warmest since we left home. So I might even drop the big toe in there. I might even jump in there yet. So it's good that no one's here because I might even get down to me budgie smugglers and go and have a quick dip. But yeah, how good's this? Righto, so we just finished our couple of days at Portland. I think everyone had a good time, so we're just going to keep heading further up the Eyre Peninsula. We're going to head towards a place called Murphy's Haystack. So I'm not too sure what's there. Looks like there's a heap of rock formations.
Yeah, lots of rock formations, I think.
Looks pretty cool. I think it's about $15 a night, I think. You've got to be self-contained again, like pretty much like everywhere along here. So
offers flushing toilets.
Oh, it offers flushing toilets. There we bloody go. So we'll go and check it out and see what it looks like. But yeah, if we see anything along the way that's worth interest, we'll pull up and we'll record it. But yeah, other than that, we're just going to sort of mosey on up the coast and cross over into WA. So that's the plan.
Try and find somewhere to settle down for Easter.
Yeah, if you can find somewhere for Easter, even if it's just a couple of days maybe. Even sort of like Friday, Saturday or something, just because Friday's a public holiday, and then something on Monday, I suppose. I don't know. We'll work it out anyway as we go, but see what happens. Righto, so we just pulled up at Elliston, just in the little, I suppose, rest area just on the outskirts of town here, and we found another massive big jetty. So it's amazing how all these little small towns along the area here have got a big jetty that goes way out. So yeah, so we just pulled up here just for 5 minutes, stretch the legs, grab some snacks for the kids, and then we'll keep moving along to the Haystack place. We're not too sure if we're going to stay there. We did say we probably would stay there at the start, but we might just pull up and pay you $2 and you can go in and bloody have a bit of a look around. So, and then we might keep moving on to Streaky, and then we'll see what's around, I suppose, from there.
I've seen it and
Oh, I'll just come to the left-hand side of the jetty, and you've got a big washout-looking cave.
you just got to be willing to walk up a whole heap of rocks to get to it.
There's a bit of a rough track in, so... Oh, Ryan's found an egg. Part of an egg. Wonder what sort of an egg it is. Pretty crazy under here.
Is it a sinkhole?
Well, no, go and have a walk over there and have a look. Well, meaning now, I might as well go at the back and have a look. Looks like there's more of a hole under here. Need to bring a bloody torch.
Let's go get it.
If you're scared of birds, you don't want to come in here because there's pigeons and there's swallows and there's whatever else you can find in here. They're in here. So I thought I'd just say why I remember it. So that jetty at Elliston was used up until 1965. So that was the only way of getting the goods and services in. So all their bits and pieces, because apparently there was no roads were formed. So that was the only way in. All the mail, all your building material, all your wheat and barley for cooking and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Crazy, just so many years ago. I'm no good at maths, so don't ask me. But they're still shipping in stuff till then, so that's crazy. 60 years ago, there we go, somewhere around that point. Oh no, we just pulled up at Murphy's Haystack. So it's $2 per person or $5 for a family. You can camp here, it's an extra $10 on top. There's not a lot of room to camp. It's got a toilet there. It smells like a drop dunny because someone was in there and they opened the door and it just got a big whiff of what was in there, and yeah, it didn't smell real good. But I'll turn it around and I'll show you what the oh, well, I thought it'd be a big thing of Haystacks really. It says Murphy's Haystacks, but it's just the big rock features, I suppose.
Quick, we've got to beat the rain.
And the wind's beautiful, and there's a bit of rain coming across from this way. Now I reckon I don't have to go and see Wave Rock in WA because we've got a Wave Rock here at Haystacks. All made out of granite. You nearly feel like that's going to come down on you one day. I'd hate to be under it. Oh, how good is that? We're out of the wind. Jet decker is a bit slippery going up there. Yeah, I'm sliding away. What do you reckon, Mum?
It's like a big wave rock, isn't it?
Yeah, I should have said I don't have to worry about going to Wave Rock. I've already got a Wave Rock.